It's Louis the Reporter back for another interview, proudly sponsored by Ghost Promotions, big event April 19th. Now I'm joined by Trey Norman. A good fight, a good performance, an explosive fight as well. February 22nd on Speedstar Boxing in Liverpool. First of all, I want to bring it back to kind of fight week and the press conference. How was you feeling ahead of that fight?
Yeah, firstly, thanks for having me on, mate. It's great to have you on. We didn't get time to catch up after the fight. It was just hectic, wasn't it? But going back to fight week, it was a whirlwind. Obviously, I had two back-to-back pullouts, didn't I? And it was on fight week that my opponent, Jamie, pulled out. So I was naturally gutted. I thought the fight was over and I was going to let all my fans down. I was absolutely gutted. But we managed to get a step-up opponent, from someone from the undercard, and it was an absolutely cracking fight. So fight week was fantastic. I just kept my head down, kept in the gym, still did everything that I needed to do to perform on the night.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, Kieran actually stepping in. At first, I wasn't too keen on it, but watching the fight, I'm so glad he did, and I'm so glad the whole process of the purpose stepping out, Kieran stepping in. I'm so glad that actually happened.
Yeah.
But what did you think of him as an opponent? Obviously, it was a slugfest. Both of you were taking shots. Both of you were giving them. Obviously, both of you were out of breath. Um, yeah, just what did you think of the fight, and what did you think of Kieran?
Firstly, I think Kieran is a class act, and his team is. He comes from a fighting family like his brother as well, and his mother especially, and his dad, who come in after the fight and said well done, and they hold themselves with a lot of decorum and a lot of class, and I can't help but respect it. He stepped up to the plate. It was a big ask for him, and yeah. So Kieran is a fighter. He's a strong kid. He came to win. I think he had a lot riding in his own emotions and own fight. There was more of a fight there for him mentally as well. So he gritted down on his gum shield and he threw absolutely everything at me and vice versa with him. So when it came to the first round, obviously we had a game plan and he just came straight at me and started throwing bombs and I thought, fuck it, I'll throw with you if that's how it rolls. And I did catch him in the first round and the classed it as a slip actually. But I thought I caught him flush and he was all there, don't get me wrong, when I caught him. It was just at top of the head. So it was a bit of a mix, but in terms of it was a dogfight, that's the only way to describe it. It was the attitude of me or you, and I just weren't going to give. I didn't want to give him an inch, but looking back retrospectively, after assessing it with my team, I should have picked my moments and not thrown with him. But I got carried away. It was my first fight. It was a debut. There were a lot of emotions going into it, a lot to prove to myself. And looking back, I wish I'd have just listened to my instructions. But I think it was just a bit of a rabbit in the headlight type moment. But there's some positives to take away from it. I definitely got chin checked. My heart got tested and my will to win. So that can never be denied, and I feel like I proved that in abundance. But in terms of listening to instructions, boxing, picking my moments, yeah, a lot to take away. And I know that I can be so much better than that. That's the most frustrating thing. But credit to Kieran, he made it into a dogfight, and yeah, it were a pleasure sharing the ring with him.
Yeah, of course. You mentioned you kind of assessed and looked back at your performance. How do you think you've done following through with the game plan for the fight?
Oh, the game plan, no, not great. I should have boxed a lot more, but I got tied into a fight. He brought it, he stuck it on me, and fair play. So from the off, I just thought if he's going to throw with me, I'll throw with you. I thought I'll catch you sooner than you will me, and it was a bit arrogant looking back because Kieran naturally is a big, strong lad. He came down from 105 kilo, and he was all there. He's a fixer. He punches quite hard, and he's got a great chin. So from me a little bit on the egotistical side, thinking I could get him out of there when really I should have boxed, picked my shots, and let him have his moments, and then come back with mine rather than throwing with him. So much to learn from that fight, and I feel like having that first hard fight is going to put me in great stead for future fights down the line. So after assessing everything, yeah, I look back with pride, and it's not too bad when I look back at it on video. It was a hell of a war, and like I said, there's some positives to take from it, but yeah, he's a good fighter as well. I think he'll go far, Will Kieran, if he sticks at it.
Yeah, of course. And obviously you had a kind of a big support there. There's a lot of people
Massive,
cheering
yeah.
for you. Yeah. Do you think that kind of gave you a bit of a boost in the fight? Do you think that kept you going when you was obviously knackered from all the shots?
Yeah, no, it definitely give me a boost, mate. It's like having your family, your circle there, your inner sanctum. It really does pick you up in the fight, but it's all white noise when you're in there. You're just focused on the job. But I was never going to be denied. I was never going to get caught wanting. You know, that's what I have in abundance, spirit, desire, fight naturally, just from how I've been brought up and what I've been through as a person. So I was never going to quit. I was never going to chew it. Um, but no, it meant a lot having my support there, and that's one reason why we took the fight last minute as well. Like I said, I had two back-to-back pullouts. It was looking like I wasn't going to fight. Kieran stepped up. All my supporters, they've bought hotels, they spent money on trains, tickets, and it'd have broken my heart to let them down. And I'm so happy that we did the fight. We got paid. Everyone sort of had a great time there. It was the fight of the night. So there's a lot of positive, a lot of good to take away from it. And like one of my friends, Benji, he said to me, Trey, you've had a draw, but I tell you what, mate, it couldn't have been a better fucking draw. And I thought, yeah, you got a good point. It was a great fight. But I know back to the drawing board. I'm already back in gym on Tuesday, and I'm just ready. I didn't think I could fall in love with boxing anymore, but now I've got the bug bad, and I've got a lot to prove to my team, to myself, and a lot to get better and to ameliorate on. So yeah, just when you think you can't love anything anymore, I'm even worse now. Shadow boxing 24/7 in the house, in kitchen, making those little adjustments as well. The diet's getting stepped up, my training intensity, you know, everything's in the mind as well. So I'm doing a lot of mind work and, you know, just more study.
Yeah.
I've only been at it 5, 6 months, so now with another 5, 6 months on my back, I can't wait to see what I can do.
Yeah, and I mean, your crowd was very vocal about the decision
Mm.
when both hands were raised. So, from your perspective, when it is a draw, what was going through your mind? And do you think it was a robbery, or do you think it was kind of the right decision?
No, no. Naturally, I was disappointed, but I'll be totally honest. Looking back at the video, I did think I nicked it, and I did think that it should have been a knockdown, and that would have won me the fight. Obviously over 3 rounds. You know, when you get a 10-8 round, you've won the fight. Unless you won the other two, but yeah, I did think I had enough to win it. I thought I landed the cleaner, better shots in the fight, equally I knew that Kieran had good moments as well. Like in the third round when he caught me with that left hook coming in, and it did buzz me a little bit, but I just took it, licked my lips, and come straight back at him, and that's what it's all about. So I did think I edged it, but I see people's argument. I'm not delusional. I see people's argument for a draw. Um, so no credit to him for that.
Yeah, of course. And that rematch has got to happen whenever the next big
Yeah.
speed star is, or even if another promotion wants to put it on. So, what are you going to do different from the first performance to the second one, and what are you going to take away?
I'm going to be better in every single department. I'm going to be fitter. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be faster. I'm going to be smarter. And it's just a case of hopefully we can do it over more rounds as well. Maybe 4-2s, 5-2s, or 3 minute rounds even. And it's just a case of there's a time when to fight and there's a time when to box. You can box fight, but you know, just boxing a lot smarter, picking my moments, and not getting caught into a dogfight, which is what I did, and I ran with it. So definitely a change to the game plan, and it's more mental work with me. So putting your ego aside and thinking rather than yeah, I'm going to kill you, you're going to kill me. It's more discipline, the discipline of the mind and boxing and sticking to the job of what my trainer tells me to do. And I tell you what, I've learned a proper lesson there, and it won't happen again. Mark my words.
100%. Obviously, we've mentioned Kieran, but you two are mates. I presume are you two cool or?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I've got a lot of time for Kieran. His family, they're a class act, told himself with a lot of decorum. He was really respectful fight week. And I've got a lot of time for him. And when you share a ring with someone and go through what we went through together and put it all on the line, heart to heart, Yeah, I like him as a person. I like what he's about. I think he's a proper guy, and he stood on business, which is what my previous two opponents didn't do. So no, he's earned my respect, and vice versa with him. But I think he's got a great future ahead in the influencer fight game. I think he's going to do well. I'm not sure if the rematch, based on what I've been told and what we've already discussed, is going to be immediate. But I do think it'll definitely happen down the line. So I'll look forward to that. But now I've got a lot of time for him, and I'd like to help him out with his profile and doing what he does because he deserves a lot of promotion from it as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see that rematch as well, whenever
Yeah,
it is. But is there anyone you actually want to fight who you may not like or have hatred? Obviously, it could be another Love Islander. Maybe that would be a good kind of main event as it was before originally with you and George. But obviously, that didn't happen.
yeah, mate. There's a guy called Tyler Cruz who's an absolute fucking muppet. He's disrespectful. He's never boxed before, and he doesn't know what it takes to get in a ring and have a fight like that. And you can tell by being disrespectful towards me and his comments and how he speaks. And I don't like it. And I'd like to fight him next, main event in Yorkshire. I think it sells. There's Needle there, and I'd like to take him out. Um, Carla Jade, who commentated on the fight, she said a great fight would be Ed Matthews, and I'd take that in a heartbeat. I think me and Ed Matthews would have a good fight build up, two completely different characters, and I reckon we could run that in Yorkshire as well, whether it be on Misfits or another promotion. But I think that sells, and I fancy that fight. I fancy taking him out. I know he's had four fights, he's lost a few, he's won a few, but I'm more than ready, more than comfortable in taking him as well.
Yeah, I would love to see that fight. But the interesting
Yeah.
thing is with the Tyler fight. I don't know if you saw. I interviewed him in front of you when you was warming up for your fight, and obviously he was saying about the fight with you and how it'd be perfect. So is that if you got offered it tomorrow, for maybe in June, would you take it or would you still need
He's
to?
not going to take it, Louis. He's not going to take it. There was an opportunity for him to take it last minute. And in this game, in boxing, if you're doing what we're doing, you're always ready. You're always on standby. And he didn't take it. He didn't fancy it. It made up like he had some little hand injury. The promoter told me. I said, get that Tyler on it. There's plenty of time. Oh no, I've got this injury. It's not right. He just wants to come to these shows, think he's a boxer, and be more of a celebrity. But he's not a celebrity. He's just a fucking dipstick who's never fought before. He's pretending to. But hopefully, he trains hard. We can get it on. He signs a contract, and we'll have it in Yorkshire. See if he can sell tickets, because I certainly can. I stand on business. I come to these shows. I bring a crowd and I have a good fight. That's what I've proven so far, albeit a lot more better boxing next time. But I think a guy like that needs a demolition job, and I'll happily oblige.
Yeah, would love to see that fight on whatever platform it gets put on. And
Yeah.
last question as well. Can we have a message for obviously all the viewers, all the supporters who came for you that night? What will they see next time different? And when can they expect you back?
An improved performance, a slicker, stronger, meaner, faster, sharper Trey. And like I say, I'll bring it, I'll give it my all, I'll put my heart on the line. And it really means a lot. Everyone who came, we sold loads of tickets. It was a great show, a great spectacle, and it just really warms my heart. And it's like having my mum and dad there ringside, screaming my name, shouting. It's just what we're all about. And I'm doing my family proud, I'm doing my team proud, and I'm having a go. I've fallen in love with the sport even deeper now, and I can't wait to see how far we can take it. So, yeah, we didn't get the win, we got the draw, but there's a lot to take from that. And moving forward, it's just going to be an absolute journey, and I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, Yorkshire's in for a treat. It'll be something different to Yorkshire because we've got a lot of great boxing going off at the minute, especially at the gym where I'm at. So big up to everyone there. Big up to my team, especially Brendan Flint, who's been amazing. Not just been a boxing coach, but he's done a lot for me as a person. And I just feel like I've got the best team around me, the best people around me in my life at the minute to now take it to that next level, take it as a learning curve, keep my chin up, come back stronger, and have some great fights.
Yeah, of course. I'm buzzing to see you in the ring maybe later this year. But thanks for the interview, Trey, and shout out to the sponsor over at Ghost Promotions. Big event April 19th, Wolf vs Alfie.
Smashing, mate. And sorry, I forgot to mention my sponsors who I'd like to thank. They've been absolutely amazing. They've helped me with my training kit, my fight expenses, and I just want to give them a massive shout out too because I couldn't have done it without them. It's expensive this game, so yeah, no, I appreciate all the support to them as well.
Yeah, cool. Shout out to the sponsors.